Hey, Church family, it's James here. We're working our way through the Psalms. Today is day 20, which means it's Psalm 20, and it just so happens that this is a really appropriate psalm for the Saturday before Easter. Let's read it together. Psalm 20. To the choir master, a psalm of David. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and give you support from Zion. May he remember all your offerings and regard with favor your burnt sacrifices, Selah. May he grant you your heart's desire and fulfill all your plans. May we shout for joy over your salvation, and in the name of our God set up our banners. May the Lord fulfill all your petitions. Now I know that the Lord saves his anointed. He will answer from his holy heaven with the saving might of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. They collapse and fall, but we rise and stand upright. O Lord, save the King. May he answer us when we call. So as we join this psalm, the king is about to go into battle, and in the first half of the psalm, verses 1 through 5, we see his people praying for him as he goes into battle. And look what they're asking God to do. They're asking God to answer their prayers and protect their king in these days of trouble. Verse 2, they want the Lord to help him and to support him. They want to remember him and show favor to him. They want the Lord to fulfill all of the king's desires, fulfill all of his plans, that the people might celebrate victory, that they might shout for joy because of the victory the Lord has given them, that they would be able to celebrate this military success. In the second half of the psalm then, after the people have prayed for their king, the king replies and expresses great confidence in God. Look, he says that he knows the Lord will save his anointed king, King David. He knows that the Lord will answer from his holy heavens. So, verse 7, look, while some trust in chariots and horses, some trust in their own strength, their own power, we will trust, David says, in the name of the Lord our God. He's where our hope is found. Trust in yourself and you will inevitably collapse and fall, but trust in the Lord and you will rise and stand. Now this psalm, of course, is encouraging when we think about how it applied to David. Though David was often unfaithful to God, God was always faithful to him. All the days of his life, even in troubled days like these, God was worthy of David's trust. And that's just good stuff for us to reflect on these troubled days of our own. But the psalm's even more encouraging when we think about how it applies not to David, but to Jesus, God's true anointed king. Especially as we reflect on this the Saturday before Easter. When the battle seemed to be lost, the Lord did indeed save. When hope seemed to be gone, the Lord did in fact answer and do what? Raise Christ from the dead. And because of this victory, we too will rise and stand, even though we first collapse and fall. Jesus summed this up in the New Testament when he said, "The one who believes in me will live, even though they die." Being a Christian gives you a hope that's greater than death. If these days have taught us anything, it's that we all need a hope like that. And at Easter, we celebrate that in Christ we have it. Psalm 20. Through our anointed King, we too will rise and stand upright.